Hey, Shalom Akim. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to you sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And I'm the brother Shimon of Great Millstone, Chicago. Real quick, man, I just wanted to touch on the topic. And, this is just one of those lessons, man. We just have to remind ourselves, myself, first and foremost. And, so like it, you have to check ourselves, man. We have to constantly, be watching ourselves, man. Because a lot of times, Akim might not see you doing certain things. They might not be able to watch you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not the job of the body to micromanage every man, but it's your body. It's you, man. We were just talking about that, dealing with certain afflictions, and Satan. When Satan comes, it's not a foreign voice. It's your voice. All right, it's the flesh. Right? And it's always a war between the flesh and the spirit, and the spirit has to win. You keep giving in to the flesh, then you're going to stumble. You're going to fall, and you're not going to get back up. And that's what's about to happen to a lot of these people, man, when all this shit hits the fan and everything. Because it's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, man. They're talking about the ports shutting down. The election is coming up. You got a lot of people watching over that. Things are about to get real hot in the wintertime. They're talking about, of course, the new virus or whatever it is, And these are the times we have to lock in and be disciplined and make sure that, we have everything in order so that we can feed the flock and we can feed the elect. Right? Because a lot of distractions and a lot of setbacks and being in your own head and losing faith, that's not what we're here for, man. The Lord bless you to be in this ministry going this far, to know you're an Israelite, to know the word of the Lord, the correct doctrine. That you're on a higher level than millions of people, and you have to understand that. All right, but I wanted to get to this quick little lesson, a couple of scriptures, and it's not gonna be long. Because you always had bullshit artists, man. Everybody in the camps is not of the elect. The scriptures it said the word of the Lord is a two-edged sword. If you do the wrong move with a two-edged sword, like you have a katana, it's got an edge on one side, but the other side is flat. You could press your arm against the other side. You got a certain weapons like that, sabers, cutlasses. But then you have certain swords which are two-edged sword. A claymore. What's another one? The gladius. It's a lot of examples. It's like even the machete. That's a one-edged sword. But the word of the Lord is a two-edged sword. All right, you do the wrong move, you cut yourself. All right, this is 2 Maccabees 12. Man, I already looked. I had to look again. Damn. 2 Maccabees 12. But that's okay. Sometimes you got to triple check things. And 39, it says, upon the day following, as the youths as there had been, Judas and his company came to take up the bodies of them that were slain and to bury them with their kinsmen in their father's graves. Now, this is during the war of the Maccabees against the Greeks and against all the other heathen nations. Now, under the coats of every one that was slain, they found things consecrated to the idols of the Jamnites, which is forbidden the Jews by the law. Then every man saw that this was the cause wherefore they were slain. All men therefore praising the Lord, the righteous judge who had opened the things that were hid, betook themselves unto prayer and besought him that sinned that the sin committed might wholly be put out of remembrance. Besides that, noble Judas exhorted the people to keep themselves from sin, for so much as they saw before their eyes the things that came to pass for the sins of those that were slain. And basically, as you can see, all the people who was getting taken out, they looked under their coats and they had idols. So it was a reason behind it. You know, a lot of times Jake be in a situation and, you know, they want to make everybody, you know, make it known to everybody. They want the whole camp to pray for them or whatever. And it'd be like, bro, you put yourself in that situation. You know, or Jake has a worldly sorrow. Oh man, my woman, this, like, look, man, there's a difference between godly sorrow. You dealing with things and you being tried and you going through things, and you know how to excel. You know the scriptures. You know how the scriptures say wisdom will meet you at every thought. You know, might be one of those little, because we all have ups, we all have downs, you know. Might be on a time where you on a down. It happens, man. You know, you're based, basically. I know you just got to deal with it and have faith. And as you can see, these men didn't have faith. They really were trusting in some damn idols. And then as you can see, the Lord got their ass up out of there. And that's on every man. Every man has to check their own self, man, in regards to leaven. Because a little leaven, the whole lump. You know, you do certain shit, it might come back upon all the men who are around you. With a lot of times when you read these different battles and Jake going to war, you know, it was another story like that too. It was the dude who had the Babylonian idol. Okay, it was Achan. Yeah, similar story happened. Joshua 7:18. And he brought his household man by man, and Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, was taken. And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Most High of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done, hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against Yahweh power of Israel, and thus have I done. When I saw among the spoils a goodish Babylonian garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under. And Joshua sent messengers, and they ran up to the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua, and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor. And Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones, and burned them with fire, after they had stoned him with stones. And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto the day, so the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger. Therefore the valley of that place was called the valley of Achor unto this day. And just, you know, you moving bogus like that, that could put your whole family at risk. All right, that was another thing too. You know, the legacy of a man, his family had to take on his name too. You know, the sons of Belial, that name was known. You know, this was known, man. These people this was part of their memory. Right, like I said in the Maccabees, they wanted to put that memory out. Like, man, you know, that shit was fucked up. You know, and that's for the elect. That's what we want. We want to be memorialized. All right, from to the end. This man was faithful until to the very end. You know, this man was diligent. This man strive lawfully. All right. And when they say this is the time when the highest shall visit the earth, the Lord's eyes are already here on the earth. He already have the reports. He already knows what's going on. But his judgment is about to visit. And it's going to start at the house of Israel, and it's about to start very soon. All right, Jacob's trouble is coming. This is Zephaniah 1 and 12. All right, the media is already setting up the narrative, and the Venezuelan gangs are taking over Chicago, and then, man, that's bullshit. All right, the Venezuelans in select locations, they run to the store, they go home. All right, just have a little cocaine, a little weed, same as a regular nigga. All right, they get a couple of food stamps, they can't work. They don't have workers permits. They just taking over block by block. Like, there have been some isolated incidents where, we done seen them do some shit. But they do the same as all niggas do, man. And they ain't taking over anything. But Esau is using that narrative to try to push chaos. Chaos. That's what they want. Control chaos. But Esau, you can't control chaos. Because everything falls into the will of the Lord. Everything is in his will. The scriptures tell us that. I believe that's Sirach 8. Zephaniah 1 and 12, it says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And you don't want to be in that lot. You don't want to be one of those Israelites who's playing. Now, you got a lot of guys who, over the years, they've left, they've stopped teaching, some excuse built up in them, and now they just in the world chilling, man. They think you guys really think it's good, man. I don't have to do videos. I ain't got to do none of that shit, man. I'm just chilling. I can try to stack and get rich. And hey, look, of course, this is talking about Israelites too, but people who know that they're Israelites. But yeah, the Lord's gonna visit you. You're gonna be visited. You're gonna be made an example of. Now you're gonna be hit with many stripes. Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. Right. Now this is talking about us getting put out of the land and being made slaves, but this is what the Lord is doing, man. This is the spirit of the Passover. That spirit comes in, and you got to have that blood on your doorpost, or you're going to get killed. Right? And it says we're going to celebrate leaving Babylon. The Passover is going to be changed from how we got out of Egypt to how we got out of Babylon, meaning this place is going to be that much greater. The destruction on this place, the judgment on this place is going to be that much greater. Romans 6 and 2. Romans 6 and 1. What should we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized unto Yahushua Mashiach are baptized into his death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism unto death, that like as Hamashiach was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life. All right, remember, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. A wicked motherfucker, Esau, he can't be made straight. He can't. All right? Even though he's shown mercy, like the scriptures say, he's not going to walk uprightly. All right, we're Jeshurun is us, man, the upright one. All right, gold, when you bend gold, when you break it, you can melt it down, you can remold it. Somebody straight can be made straight again. Right? If you get what I'm saying. All right, the wild olive tree is from the same lump. It can be, it can be fixed. And that's the spirit we want to be in, man. Constantly being polished, constantly pushing ourselves into the end. And it's not always going to feel good. Rebuke is not always comely, as the scriptures say. You might not hear things that you like, that you always agree with. And that's okay. But it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to get us to our best form, man. Because none of us is perfect. But we do strive for perfection. All right? So let's evaluate ourselves because, hey, you hear a lot of athletes, a lot of these people who don't even read the scripture said, I'm my biggest critic. You have to be your biggest critic. You know, you got to be your biggest fan too, but you got to be your biggest critic. And it's a lot of Proverbs, and that's what all the Proverbs and Psalms are written for, not just for Jake to come outside and you point at everybody else, but you don't apply it. The scriptures say what? The same judgment you put out, you're going to be judged with the same judgment. Right? The same book you hold. Careful how you swing that sword. You might hit yourself. Lord willing is edifying. Shalom to the elect. Continue to take heed to the like it says, we're subject under rulers, all right? The rulers of Israel, the men who are placed over us, because through the Spirit, when they tell you something, it's to better you. And you might not like how they say it, you might not like what they say, but it's through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the elect.